It's the year 1899. A neurologist named Sigmud Freud sits in a smoke-filled study in Vienna. He's writing about a controversial and frightening idea, that inside every human being, there's a hidden world of dark, selfish urges just waiting to break free. Freud believed that men are not gentle creatures who want to be loved, but are instead driven by a primal hunger for power. He had no idea that over a century later, he would predict the career of Jimmy Donaldson or MrBeast with frightening accuracy. We view MrBeast as a hero, a modern-day saint who builds wells for the poor and pays for eye surgery to make the blind see again. But through a Freudian lens, MrBeast isn't a solution to our digital emptiness. He's its final, most dystopian evolution. He's created a world where kindness is a tool for clicks, and charity is a game where the prize is your attention. Freud warned us that civilization is a thin facade, and that under enough pressure, our primal instincts would devour our morals. MrBeast didn't just find that pressure point, he built $1 million empire on it. This is how the world's most popular creator perfected the exact mental trap that Freud predicted over a century ago. To understand how MrBeast glues our eyes to the screen, we need to take a look at Sigmud Freud's map of the human mind. He argued that our brains are split into 3 parts that are always at war. First is the id. This is the oldest, most selfish part of you. It's like a hungry baby that always wants instant gratification and doesn't care about morals or rules or the feelings of other people. Then there's the superego. This is your moral compass. It's like the voice in your head that tells you to be good and follow the rules. Finally, there's the ego. This is the rational, real-life you that lives in the real world and tries to balance the selfish id with the superego. In a MrBeast video, these 3 parts of your brain are forced to fight. When Jimmy shows a suitcase filled with $100,000, he's directly talking to your id. He's triggering that part of your primal brain that would do anything to obtain the prize. The money isn't just a currency. It's a lure designed to bypass your rational mind, your superego. Sigmund Freud's most haunting idea was a theory called the death drive. He believed humans have a strange hidden urge to destroy things, including ourselves. Now look at a MrBeast challenge. One person is trapped in a white room for 100 days. Another is buried alive. Another is stuck in the woods with no food. On the surface, it's just a game, but in Freudian terms, it's pure destruction. Take the videos where Jimmy strands the contestants in the wilderness or at sea. In these challenges, the environment is designed to break the human spirit. In one famous instance, MrBeast stranded 2 guys in the wilderness and gave them $10,000 every... You know what? Don't listen to me explain it. I'll just have him do it.
I just dropped these 2 strangers off in the middle of the wilderness. These 2 guys have never met each other in their entire lives.
Nice to meet you, man.
Every day the 2 of you survive in this wilderness, I'll give you $10,000.
I hope you brought enough money, man. We're here for the long run.
Hey, put that camera down. Let's head out.
All right.
Take care, boys. This video can make you guys millionaires.
He's gonna be poor by the time we're out of here.
When one of the contestants finally snapped, missing his wife and kids and choosing his mental health over the money, the audience reaction was telling. The comments didn't show empathy. They destroyed him. They mocked him for giving up on the money, proving that the audience's id had completely taken over. It was crazy. The guy lasted 74 days and made over 300 grand, but people still didn't care. The audience wasn't rooting for a human being. They were rooting for the spectacle. But why? Freud argued that we have a secret, deep down internal desire to watch people break. By putting people in these extreme situations just to pay off their debts, MrBeast is stripping away their dignity to see how much they can take. Contestants aren't there because they want to play. They're there because they're economically desperate. Freud believed that we like to watch this sort of stuff because it allows us to master our own fears from a safe distance. We all judge the guy for going home after 74 days, knowing full well that 90% of us wouldn't even make it a week. Me personally, I probably could have lasted forever, but I don't have a wife and kids at home, so, you know. But MrBeast turns the participants' pain into a product for our own enjoyment. He invites us to indulge in the darkest urges of the id. The more they suffer, the more we watch, and the more money the video makes. But how much can you blame Jimmy for making these videos? I mean, he just makes whatever he knows we'll watch. Maybe we're the problem. Well, don't get down on yourself too much, because Freud would argue that we can't help but watch anyway. So let's take a look under the hood at Mr. Jimmy Beast himself.
I am sitting on $5 million in cash and competing for it. Open the gates! Are these 2 thousand contestants What you are witnessing is just the start of something never before seen in history. One of you will walk away with the life-changing, record-shattering grand prize of $5 million.
Let's look at how MrBeast has positioned himself as a selfless, almost godlike father figure for the entire internet. Sigmud Freud believed that every group eventually looks for a primal father, a leader who holds all the power and determines who gets the rewards. Jimmy Donaldson has placed himself in this exact spot. He's the one who gets to decide who gets to see again, who gets a new house, and who's worthy of being saved. He often says he has $0 in his bank account because he reinvests everything back into his production. Many people might see this as proof that he's a saint, but to Freud, this is Jimmy's way to gain total power over the collective mind. By appearing to give everything away, he becomes an untouchable authority.
You said you keep less than $1 million for yourself despite being a paper billionaire. Why do you choose to operate that way?
It's funny talking about my personal finances because no one ever believes anything I say. So, I mean, because they're like, you're a billionaire. I'm like, that's net worth. I have negative money right now. I'm borrowing money. That's how little money I have. Technically, everyone watching this video has more money than me in their bank account if you subtract the equity value of my company, which doesn't buy me McDonald's in the morning or whatever. But yeah, why do I choose to keep it that way? It's not, I don't know. I just don't really think of it. I wake up, I just work, and I don't know. I'm just so busy working. I don't really think about my personal bank account, if that makes sense. I'm just laser focused on, you know, making the greatest videos possible and building the business as big as possible.
He isn't just a guy who makes videos for fun anymore. He's positioned himself as the internet's father who people beg for help. This is exactly what Freud feared. We've stopped trying to build a better world for ourselves and started praying that a famous YouTuber would pick us up for his next spectacle. And MrBeast isn't necessarily a bad person. And even if he is helping people purely to make more money, at least he's helping. He probably intends to make a positive impact, and I mean, there are far worse ways to get views on the internet. But that's the point. Freud wasn't worried about whether the leader was nice. He was worried about what the system does to the rest of us. We aren't watching a man fix the world. We're watching a man prove that we are so broken that only he can save us. And because our id loves the spectacle, we can't help but watch. We're the ones keeping the whole thing alive with our attention. Sure, Jimmy makes the content and pushes the problem further, but he only makes videos that he knows we'll watch every single time. So sure, MrBeast has become exactly what Sigmund Freud feared, but at the end of the day, so have we. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video or, agreed with any of the takes I had, consider subscribing. I'm still pretty new to this whole YouTube thing, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along, so the support you guys give, it really means a lot. I'll see you in the next one.